I have a question for Trinitarians. Trinitarians claim that the Trinity was revealed in the Old Testament and also in the New Testament. And that has to be the biggest lie that I've ever heard. If the Trinity was revealed in the Old Testament thousands of years ago, then why didn't anyone that believed in it, anyone in the Bible, in the Old Testament, why didn't they name it the Trinity? Why is it that they never called it anything? They only claimed that there was one God and that God revealed himself to his people. But they never ever thought about naming it and calling it a Trinity. Why is that? Then we get to the New Testament and we see Christ and we see the apostles and the disciples, and not once do any of them mention the name or the word Trinity. Why is that? Why would they not name the belief in a God that is triune? Why wouldn't they name it something similar to what people are naming it today? The reason is because in the Old Testament and the New Testament, nobody believed in a Trinity. Now, there are some theologians who have asked this question, and they've said some of the most ridiculous answers. For example, one doctor told me that because of persecution and because of heresies rising, that's why they gave it a name, that they named it the Trinity way later, centuries later after the New Testament. That's what one of the doctors told me, and that is the most ridiculous thing ever. Because there are so many different doctrines in the Bible, and they're all named, but when it comes to the Trinity, there is no such thing. Another person told me that they didn't name it because they just felt comfortable with not naming it at all. They were comfortable. But then how do you pass that teaching to someone else if you don't have a name for it? That is also very false. No, the Trinity was never believed in the Old Testament, and it was not believed in the New Testament. And shame on all those theologians today, Trinitarian theologians, who give excuses for a nameless doctrine that they now say is the central doctrine of Christianity. That's what they say now. But they're lying, because the Bible never teaches such a thing.